It is said that St. Francis of Assisi said on his deathbed, "I have done what is mine to do. Now you do yours." Then there were my dad's words on his deathbed a couple days before he died. The hot water heater had broken and Mom's kitchen floor was being flooded. I went to his bedside urgently asking him, "What should I do?" He was the one who usually fixed everything. He looked at me and calmly said, "Well, I guess you'll have to fix it." It was at that moment that I realized he would no longer be here to do such things. The messages from St. Francis and my father were clear. There comes a time when we have to take responsibility to fix things and to care about and care for one another. Whether it be broken water heaters or unjust policies, assuring people have their basic needs met, or working for world peace. Caring about people and being of service, doing what one can to help, was and still is a foundational culture in my family. I grew up being formed by biblical parables of the Good Samaritan, Jesus feeding 5,000 in one sitting, and messages such as, "Love one another as I have loved you." When Vanessa asked me what matters for me in life and how has that changed over time, I realized that those foundational mandates and messages have remained constant, though contexts have continually changed. In my youth and childhood, it was doing things like collecting money in the rice bowl during Lent to be sent to feed the hungry throughout the world. It was helping to serve pancakes at the Lions Club breakfast that provided funds for them to do their charity work. It was taking turns to stay overnight with my grandmother after my grandfather died, so she wouldn't have to be alone. When I look at these formative years, I realize that inherent in them it wasn't just me, but rather I was one of a group of people, a community of people, church, town, neighbors, my family, who were working together to make a difference for someone, somewhere, somehow, both locally and in faraway places. There were people noticing needs and taking responsibility to make them known and to gather others to care about and to respond. I also realized that the constancy throughout each time and place is that it ultimately was and is about the love of others and a desire that all may have what they need. Not only having their basic human needs met, like housing, food, and health care, but also companionship and community, and pathways to realize their potential. That early formation in my church and family is still firm, but what has changed is a recognition of my personal and our collective responsibility to notice what is happening to our earth and to people, to care about what is happening locally and worldwide, and to take responsibility, to initiate actions and not just wait for someone else to do it, considering my own participation or my own help optional. Whether working for peace in our world and addressing the issues that are impoverishing masses of people and irreparably damaging our earth, or fixing broken water heaters. I am not off the hook. No matter how complicated or hopeless it feels, my care and my participation, together with others, does make a difference. So along with the words of St. Francis as he tells us that he has done what is his to do, and now we must do ours, or my dad saying, well, I guess you'll have to fix it, I add the quote from Rilke that Kay Jorgensen and I printed in our very first brochure, laying the foundation for our work. For one human being to love another, that is the most difficult of all our tasks, the ultimate, the last test and proof, the work for which all other work is but preparation. Isn't to love one another a wonderful task?